Let's call to order the public hearing, presentation, proclamation portion of the Anderson County Board of Commissioners meeting for February. We're going to start off with a resolution 2402-1159 honoring Leon Jarquette, the Director of Veteran Services. And I will turn it over to Commissioner. Come on down.
Yes, we did this. Madam Chairman, appreciate the opportunity to be before you and my esteemed colleagues tonight. You know, when was it? 2000? It's in here. I'll read
2007.
it. 2007. Got elected in 2006, and you know, as we sit around here and make decisions on things, we always wonder, you know, even though you feel good about your vote, you wonder, well, how will it turn out? Will it have an impact? And I can just tell you there's three of us still here, Commissioner McCamey, Commissioner White, and myself. We voted to bring this gentleman in to our county as the full-time veterans officer. We had a part-time veterans officer who was doing his job 3 days a week, but the veterans came to us and said, hey, we want full-time service. And we met and we worked it out, and Mr. Riggs was kind enough to retire, and we honored him for his service, and Leon stepped in, and it's been amazing ever since. And I can just tell you, for me, it's the best, one of the best things that have ever happened in my career is seeing this fellow come to our county. And you'll hear why when I read this resolution. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Resolution number 24-02-1159, resolution honoring Leon Jarquette, Director of Anderson County Veteran Service Office. Whereas Leon has served as Director of Anderson County Veteran Service Office since September 17, 2007. Prior to becoming the Director, Leon served in the United States Navy from February 1979 until May 2003. And whereas, while serving in the Navy, Leon began his career as a night baker and worked his way up to Senior Chief Mess Management Specialist E8. He served on 5 naval ships, the USS San Jose, USS England, USS Richmond K. Turner, USS Ingram, commissioned the USS Chancellorsville, and served with the Seabees of Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 133. He also served 3 tours in the Persian Gulf, including Operation Desert Storm in 1991. And whereas, while in the Navy, he obtained his degree in hospitality management from the American Hotel and Motel Association. Through his degree, he began teaching classes to others in the industry, and that's how he met his wife of 16 years, Barbara Jean. Miss Jarquette was born and raised in Clinton. After a brief stint up north, and once Leon retired from the Navy, Barbara Jean insisted she and Leon return home to Clinton. And whereas, after his retirement from the Navy, Leon attempted the civilian world, including 9 different jobs from November 2003 until September 2007. Leon knew he wanted to find a place to serve veterans such as himself and help them adjust to civilian life. Barbara Jean pointed out the job posting with the Anderson County Veterans Service Office, and they knew that was the job for Leon. Out of 40 applicants, it was narrowed down to 5 that were then submitted to the nominating committee and then to County Commission, where Leon was an obvious choice for the job. And whereas through his tenure as director, Leon has more than tripled the amount of VA benefits paid to the veterans of Anderson County, increasing from $16 million in 2007 when he started to now over $59 million year-end 2022. He's also been instrumental in the development and organization of the Memorial Day program and Veterans Day to ensure those that have served and those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom are honored appropriately. And whereas, other than his duties as Director of Veteran Service Office, Leon also serves as a member of the several veteran service organizations, including the American Legion Post 172 in Clinton, where he has served as post commander from 2009 to 2020, and again in 2023 to current year. The veterans of Foreign War Posts 6494 in Rocky Top, and the Disabled Veterans Chapter 26 in Oliver Springs, and a member of the Alpha Lodge 376 in Clinton. And whereas Leon's dedication to service to the veterans, their families, has been nothing short of exemplary. His personal motto has always been to excel beyond what is expected and do the absolute best for everyone he can help. He has definitely excelled far and above and beyond while acting as director for Anderson County Service Office. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Anderson County Board of Commissioners meeting this 22nd day of February 2024 that we honor Leon for his legacy of service to the veterans and their families, not only of Anderson County, but all across the United States, and we wish him well as he leaves to serve the veterans of the great state of Hawaii. Resolved, duly passed, and effective this 22nd day, February 2024. Signed, Chairman Tyler Mays, Mayor Terry Frank, and Jeff Cole, County Clerk. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Say a few words there, brother.
I don't do it for this. I do it for the veterans. I was fortunate to be selected as Veteran Service Officer for Anderson County back in '07, and it gave me direction. And I was able to move up from there and go in that direction. And moving forward, going to the state of Hawaii to do the same job, you know, a little over a month and a half, about April 1st, I'll start there, and I've already started thinking about things I can do there that they may not have in place. So I've already thought about that because I've had young soldiers and sailors come in the office. I've asked them if they had attended a transition assistance program where the VA came in and talked to them about their benefits, and they said no. And I went, I'm going to have to look into that. Because if I get the opportunity, because I'm going to be right there at Tripler, which is a really big Army hospital, and just north of a really big naval station, I'll have all kinds of young soldiers and sailors to talk to. And if they don't have a program, then I'm going to work to initiate a program. And we'll go from there. But I do this job because I am a veteran. I am a disabled veteran. And I want to ensure our veterans of Anderson County get their utmost benefits. And they're going to get every minute out of me they can. I've been extremely busy the last couple of days, and I'm sure it'll carry through all the way till my last 20 minutes in the office or so. So I appreciate it. Again, I don't do this for this recognition. I do it for the veterans. So I thank you.
Thank you, Leon. We appreciate everything you do for the veterans. I enjoy going to the veterans breakfast and seeing you interact with the veterans. And I guess we have one question for you. Maybe, do you know where your DD-214's at?
I do. I know all four of them are. And by the way, aloha.
So thank you. Thank you so much for your service to the county and to the veterans in this county. Yes, absolutely.
Thank Jay and his office for putting together the resolution, and the mayor, of course, executing before she left to go on her out-of-town activities. But Leon, I don't know if you would agree with this or not, but you know, a lot of times I know why I joined the military, and that was to make a change in my life. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I didn't want to go to college. Had a little offer to go to Drawn's Business College, but I knew I wouldn't make nothing of it. I'd just waste it away probably. So I went in the military, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I think you would agree perhaps, but any man or woman out there that's young and struggling or wondering what to do with themselves in this world, there's no better and greater honor than joining the military for this country, no better, greater country. And I just would encourage anyone that's thinking about it, come see Leon, talk to him. Leon can walk them through it, explain it. You don't have to go to the recruiter right away. Go talk to Leon. And, you know, when you get out of the military and you are a veteran, and Robert can speak to this too, it's an honor, it's a humbling feeling that you never lose. You just don't feel like you deserve that designation, but you're proud to have it. So I want to thank you. All the stuff you've done, the ROTC programs, unbelievable. And when I'm at a Tennessee ball game or Clinton or Anderson County ball game and I see those ROTC folks come through, I'm thinking there's our future, there's our next generation of leaders. So thanks again. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I think that's an end to our public hearing portion of the county commission meeting, so we'll be in recess until 6:30.
Second, 2024 County Commission meeting to order. Let's see, everyone has called in. We do have a quorum. Before we get started, the way we're going to do it tonight is we're going to do a moment of silence for the two officers who has been recently killed in the line of duty. That's Deputy Greg McCowan, Blount County Sheriff's Office, and then R.J. Leonard out of Meigs County. We'll have a brief moment of silence for them. Commissioner Val will then close it off in prayer. And then for one last time, we will have the great Leon Jaquette lead us in the pledge. You can please stand.
Father, we come to you tonight in a humble way to thank you for all your blessings. Thank you, Lord, for salvation that only you can give. Thank you, Lord, for guidance that only you can give. To thank you, Lord, for the lives that you blessed us with, the opportunity to serve your people. Please forgive us when we fail at those endeavors. Please strengthen us, Lord, to always try to do what you would have us to do in those endeavors, in our family lives, in our professional lives, in our churches, certainly in our courthouse. Father, we ask tonight that you send a comforting spirit to the families of these two fallen officers. Ever reminded, Lord, that it's not how they died that made them heroes, but how they lived. We ask that you be with us tonight, be with each heart, be with each mind. Give us your wisdom, your discernment, Father, to do what's right in your eyes, what's best for your people. All this we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Place the flag. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, moving on to the agenda. First, what we'll do is we will have an appearance of citizens. And what that is citizens may address the county commission on items that are on or not on the agenda. You'll get 3 minutes to speak. We ask that all statements or comments are, professional, no attacking, nothing attacking. And when you come to the microphone, please first give your name and your address. At this time, we will open the floor for anyone who would like to address the county commission. Please come. And just state your name and your address, please.
My name is Mindy Neff. I'm at 201 Peak Lane, or 106 Peak Lane, sorry. Our main concerns are there is some building being done on the property behind us up on the hill. I've lived in that neighborhood for 17 years. My neighbor has lived there far longer than I have, and there's been several people that can account that this was an old landfill. That is our main concern. Sorry, I'm short.
It's okay.
Back down there if you want, maybe just pick the whole unit up. There you go.
Okay, we got to point out that I'm that short. And so that is our main concern, is the health and the safety of our neighbors' children. I've raised 4 boys in that neighborhood. I also have 3 grandchildren, another one on the way. And we just want what is the best for the neighbors and the safety of the children. There's lots of dump trucks coming in and out. I would say from 7:30 on through the evening. Some trucks are covered, some are not. Our question is, where is this dirt coming from? Is it being tested? Is it safe? There's also lots of damage to the road from all of the dump trucks coming in and out. During the snow, when roads were not impassable, somehow our neighborhood road was passable for these dump trucks to get down. And they lined our street at 15 all the way down the road, was blocking our driveways. It's just, if you're building, it's fine, but at least have common courtesy for the neighbors. And our driveways can't get blocked. Our kids, our dogs, like it's unsafe for them to go out at this point. My neighbor has COPD, and all of this dust is causing a lot of health concerns for her at this moment. So there's just a lot of questions that we would like answered.
Okay.
But I think those are the main, and like, as far as like permits, if the permits are pulled, that's fine, but like, how much does that allow? What is the time frame on those? Those are all questions that we can't get for some reason.
Gotcha.
And maybe just us being able to know the proper channels to go through, because until you're in this, you don't exactly know the right ways to go when it's that big of a concern in your neighborhood.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Ma'am, may I ask you a question? I wasn't really paying attention when you started.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I wasn't.
I love your honesty.
It's okay, because you couldn't hear me and I'm short. It's okay.
Tell me,
Yeah.
where are you talking about? The road?
It's Peak Lane. It's behind Irons property where the hitching post used to
Yes.
be. If you go up the hill, as far as we know, again, I'm only 17 years here. I didn't grow up here.
Okay.
Other people have grown up in here, and that is where you used to take your old garbage. Was up the
And so
hill.
what is the project up there now?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
There's building of some sort, obviously, and when I tell you, it's at least, there's days when I've been off work, 30-plus trucks a day,
Okay, thank you.
daily.
Commissioner,
Chairman.
yes, sir. Commissioner Allen, if you will, I'd like to, Mr. Yeager.
Thank you.
Mr. Yeager, did you want to say anything, sir?
I have a list of thorough questions. But I didn't want to go through all of that. It's,
Well, if you would, if maybe call Mr. Yeager.
yeah, most definitely.
Just give me a shout in the morning and I'll work through your questions. You might be able to email or we can talk on the phone, but I can tell you a bit about the project, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Anything else? Anybody else have any questions? Thanks.
Anyone else who would like to address the commission? Yes, ma'am. Come forward.
My name is Peggy Haywood, and I live in 122 Peak Lane. It used to be Eastwood Valley, originally Route 4. I am almost 87 years young, and I have been there for 70 years. So I know for a fact there was a landfill back there. We called it a dump. I dumped my garbage back there, and everybody in Harrison County did, and lots of people can tell you they are. But we've reached out to people who says there was never a dump back there. But about a year ago, we're a quiet neighborhood. We're a small neighborhood. We love each other and we take care of each other. And about a year ago, these dump trucks loaded with dirt started coming back. And we round by our houses, and we didn't pay any attention at first, and they started multiplying. Our driveways were blocked. The trucks were flying. My little dog was killed. And the dust was horrible. And so we reached out to people and, of course, got no answers. But we understand that the young man is going to build a house back there, and I'm concerned for him because there was a dump back there, and it's dangerous for him to build on it. And that's mainly my concern.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission tonight? Yes, sir.
My name is Mike Myers. I own 167 Peak Lane. I have been working on cleaning up my property from the storm that we had 2 years ago when the Anderson County Fair took place. I lost 70-plus trees, and cleaning that up was a mess. and it started a project filling the holes from all them trees that uprooted.
If I may ask, are you on the land that
I
we're-
own the land that they're
Okay,
talking
just to
about.
clarify, I just wanted to.
I've been bringing in compactable fill to fill these holes, and in that process, we've kind of had to re-level and re-sculpture the land. I've talked to Danny Phillips. When I started this project, I called the county. They said, just make sure it doesn't leave your property, keep it under 1 acre, and that's all you have to do. Unfortunately, the week that they're talking about these trucks blocked this road, we had a dozer stuck because of the weather. We had 10 inches of snow and then rain, and we're trying to work dirt, trying to get grass seed and stuff done. Unfortunately, we had a backup of trucks trying to get the stuff pulled out the proper way. That's the only time that's ever happened on that road.
Hold on, guys.
The road is, you can barely go 20 miles an hour. These trucks have 90,000 pounds or 80,000 pounds of dirt, or whatever it weighs. These truck drivers are professional. That's what they do for a living. They're not going to harm or run over somebody in respect for other people around us. They drive carefully. The thing is, we keep the road clean throughout the process. I have sweepers. We've kept it where the dirt, if it does track out, we've put rock down and all the proper stuff. I just don't know what else I can do. I'm improving my property. I've had threats. I've had all kinds of stuff that, I'm a taxpayer too. I have the right to improve my place. I bought this stuff from Mr. Irons. I went through the title company. There was nothing ever came about that there's landfill, there's any restrictions on it or none of that. I've talked to geoengineers. They said, as long as I do a couple things before I ever go to build, I shouldn't have any issues.
All right.
So, anybody questions?
Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission? All right, seeing none, just, I guess, to follow up with the county attorney tomorrow. And it's my understanding that the mayors will be doing follow-up.
That's what I heard, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
When I met with Mr. Myers and had a good conversation, I thought, I've just now got to meet with the neighbors this evening. I've known the Neffs over the years, thankfully, but, I said to Mr. Myers and I've said to the neighbors, the best thing to do is communicate and work it out. Yes, you've tried to clean the roads, but when you're doing it, sometimes there's dust. And you're trying to do the right thing, but the dust causes problems. My solution is talk to the neighbors. Sometimes that's not easy. Sometimes everybody thinks the other's out to get them. And I told you when I met you, I have no problem with you building your house. What I have a problem with is when the neighbors call me and there's an issue. And it doesn't mean you're wrong, okay? But here's what we need to do. You said 80 or 90,000 pounds is going on that road. There's a culvert there that I doubt very seriously allows that much weight on that road. I've asked the highway superintendent to go out to the road twice. I haven't heard anything back from him. I know he's busy. I'm not mad at him, but I haven't got an answer. I did ask for a stop order because I was tired of the answers I was getting from a variety of different places. So the only way you can fix that is put a stop order on it, and that's what happened. Wasn't against you, just need to address the issue. Third thing is, we have on the books in Anderson County, you disturb more than an acre, you should have a permit. Now, I know Danny apparently told you didn't need one, but I can tell you for a fact, you need a permit to do more than an acre's worth of dirt. I'm not here to debate today. I'm happy to be out there Monday with the mayor, and I'm happy to see it resolved. I want to see you build. All I'm suggesting is talk to your neighbors and see if y'all can work it out. I'm not here to shut you down. Now, you said to me there's a silt fence around. Is there a silt fence around? Well, good, that's good. So I'll be there Monday. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and if y'all would like to have me, I'll be there. And I don't want to get in the mayor's way. If the mayor says she doesn't want me there, I won't be there, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Okey-doke. Moving on to the approval and corrections of agenda. First, we'll look at the consent agenda. We have a motion for approval. We have a motion from Commissioner Yeager, seconded by Commissioner Wandell. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving on to the regular agenda. Do I have a motion for approval? Motion to approve by Commissioner Yeager and seconded by, yes, sir.
Do we need to add something from that was sent out?
It was already on.
Okay.
Yeah, that 48-hour deadline. Yes, sir. Seconded by Commissioner Wandell. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Presentation of reports. County Mayor is not here tonight, but we do have 2 action items, so it will be taken as a group. Appointment of Nathan Sweet and Jeremy Huddleston to the 911 Board. Is there a motion to approve those as a group?
Yes.
We have a motion by Commissioner Foster, seconded by Commissioner Smallridge. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Robbie Holbrook, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Chairman. Cash and fund balance report ending January 31st, 2024. Restricted funds for the general fund are at 1.5 million. Committed funds, 1.2 million. Assigned funds are 4,123,188. Unassigned fund balance, 10,432,662 for a total fund balance in the general fund of 17,425,525. Cash, 19,384,181, which is up 2.3 million. We're 2.2 million from last year at this time. General purpose school fund balance 8,568,414. Cash 14,006,985. Any questions on the cash and fund balance report?
All right, do we have any questions for Robbie? Robbie, just really quick, does that reflect the adjustment on the mortgage?
Yes, that
All
came in
All
in January. So,
Thank you. All right, moving on.
sales tax report for the end of December. For the county as a whole, 4,070,871, down 4.2%. The Anderson County portion, 532,307, which is around 4,000 less than last year at this time. So numbers went down a little on sales tax this month, but still pretty even.
Any questions for Director Holbrook on the sales tax? Seeing none, go ahead, Robbie.
Okay, the ARPA projects report, revenue loss, there is 1,596,397 available. Other eligibilities, even though it says negative 6,322, it's at zero, because we expect some projects to come in under what we have budgeted, so that will flow back into that other eligibilities for a total of $1,590,074.23. And there are actually no changes from the last month's report on this.
Okey-doke.
I did report out too. I do want to, in budget committee, we talked a little bit about the interest on this account. It's an account in the bank on its own. The ARPA funds are, and so far, well, in October, you made some changes to the way that those funds were invested, and since then, we have gained $165,946 in interest on that account. So,
Wow.
we've that's pretty good news, and we can spend that with there's no restrictions on how we spend that in the 121 fund. So,
All right. Any questions about the ARPA funds? Seeing none, moving on to the grant
Okay.
inventory.
the grant inventory list, we did add a second column there, as Commissioner Wandell requested, for codes that these grants are coming out of. Unless specified, they're all out of general fund. There are a couple, like there's a 171, and I know there's a solid waste and a tourism grant on there as well. But we did add those codes, and that's really the only change to the grant inventory list from last time.
Okay. Any questions about the grant inventory list? Commissioner Wandell, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Robbie, thank you for adding that information. Robbie, from your perspective, has this been probably one of the biggest years as far as grants go in our county?
Definitely. And for the last 2 years, grants have really been increasing a lot, which is why we hired a grant coordinator
Yes.
in the county, and I feel like that was a really good decision.
Thank you.
Mhm. And I think that he's helped with those too as well.
All right. Any other questions? All right, Robbie.
Okay, Group 2 appropriations from the school department. There was one from the school nutrition program for $75,000.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Wandell, seconded by Commissioner Foster. Any discussion? Seeing none, go to the board and vote, please. Fourteen yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Thank you. Group 3 transfers from the school department. There are 2 of those, one for $79,800 from the physical services, and then from the school nutrition program, $207,000.
That is agreed. All right, I have a motion for approval as a group by Commissioner Foster, seconded by Commissioner Yeager. Any discussion? Seeing none, go to the board and vote. Fourteen yes, 0 no, motion passes.
All right, thank you. Group 4 appropriations, non-school. There are 11 of those with number 20 omitted. Seeking approval as a group. I'd be happy to answer any questions or pull any out that you might want.
We have a motion by Commissioner Smallridge to approve as a group, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Seeing none, go to the board and vote. 14 yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Okay, there were no appropriations under Group 5. Under Group 6, transfers, non-school, there was one from the Sheriff's Department for $1,800.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster for approval, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Seeing none, go to the board and vote. Fourteen yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Thank you. Under miscellaneous, no action was taken under Section A. Under Section B, the budget preparation, there was a motion to pass all the forms and the budget guidelines. Section C was longevity program, that was just information only. And under Section D, new business, budget amendment number 30, which we passed as a transfer. And the endo-opioid claims ballot was the motion. Do we need to approve that as a group, that ballot? Okay. So do you want me to ask for a vote on this?
Yeah, that'll help. I'll strike one on this.
Okay.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster to approve as a group, seconded by Commissioner Yeager. Any discussion? Seeing none, go to the board and vote. Fourteen yes, 0 no. Thank you.
Okay, that's all I have for the budget report, unless you have any questions for me.
Kobe, really quick, will you delete under the agenda the Indo bankruptcy settlement on the operations report? Thank you, sir. All right, Robbie, go ahead.
Any questions on the budget agenda?
Commissioner Wandell, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Robbie, I'm just curious. I should have sent you an email, but it just came to me as I'm sitting here. So on the P-card rebate,
Yes, sir.
where can I get that amount later? And then you what code does that rebate go in?
The rebate comes back and we put it all in general fund, but then we distribute to each fund according to their spending. So each fund that or department that has a P card that does transactions gets part of the rebate.
All right.
So
I'd like to get that sometime. No, I don't need a motion or anything, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Moving on to the purchasing report.
Okay, the purchasing agenda. Under Section A, contracts approved by the law director, there were 6 of those. Seeking approval as a group. I can answer any questions or try to.
Robbie, the law director's approved all of those.
Yes, yes, sir, he has.
So Commissioner Yeager, would you like to add that to your motion? All the items, they have now been approved by the law
So that'd
director.
be 6, 9, 10, the 11 contracts
Yes.
total.
Are you good with that, Commissioner Foster? All right, we have a motion to approve all contracts approved by the law director as a group, seconded by Commissioner Foster. Any discussion? Seeing none, go to the board and vote. Yes, 0 no, motion passes.
Okay, and the only other business in purchasing agenda was under other business was the request to surplus the 2011 Ford Crown Victoria in order to donate it to the city of Norris. The vehicle runs but has front end damage.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Foster for approval, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you all.
All right, Director of Schools, Dr. Tim Parrott. Oh, sorry, Commissioner Wandell, I didn't see that.
No, I hit my button late. Mr. Chairman, I don't think we did. I'm just curious. Under item B, under purchasing, those are pending law director approval. We didn't take action, correct?
We did, Jay has approved them since then, since that meeting, and Commissioner Yeager made it a part of
Okay.
his motion.
Thank you for clarification. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right.
Hey, I
Dr.
hope you
Parrott.
got a chance to read my report. Just before I get started and answer any questions, just wanted to say that the federal and state designations came out this week. In Anderson County, Clinton High School, Grand Oaks Elementary School, Claxton Elementary School, and Andersonville Elementary School were reward schools.
That's great.
For Anderson County. One of only 3 high schools, I think, in the East Tennessee. For Oak Ridge, because they're not here, Linden Elementary, Glenwood Elementary, and Willowbrook Elementary were also reward schools.
Good.
And then Clinton Elementary and South Clinton Elementary in the Clinton school system were also reward schools. So I think as you all are over all of that, you have a lot to be proud of. That's in our county, that the percentage of students the percentage of schools that got reward schools is greater than anywhere else, I think. So,
Job well done.
yeah. So, I will take any questions.
Commissioner Wandell, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Parrott, I was just wondering, Anderson County Career Technical Center, could I get a snapshot sometime of how many students have been through there, maybe the last 10 years?
Yeah, I can tell you there's an average of about 1,100 a day that go through that.
Really?
Yes, so from Anderson County and Clinton, about 1,100 a day, and then that changes every semester. So if you look, last year's graduating class, which now some of them would be at Clinton High School because we have CTE, but over 90% of our students have at least 2 credits in CTE that graduate. So,
I just was talking to my daughter Kelly, and of course her and Mr. Foster kind of travel around, and it was brought to my attention that not all counties have these career technical centers, and it just really sat with me because I remember I'm going to tell my age, in '84 I attended some of those classes, and I know many of us probably have at some point in life, but that's a tremendous asset for us.
yes.
And preparing our young men and women that might not go to college, and they may go to college, but I just want to say thank you, and I'd like to figure out how we can help promote that more.
We will, and I think, as you know, part of the contracts that was done a couple of months ago is that we took that grant money and we're going to build that CTE building at Clinton High School now, so we will have welding and agriculture and also maintenance over there. So that'll be a good way to do that. And then when you think about it, we have health science, we have STEM, we have machining, we have engineering, we have cosmetology, we have culinary, you know, and building trades, and a lot of things. You're exactly right. In Oak Ridge, they got out of it. They've got back into it now, and one of the things they have that kind of, I'd like to see if they do that flight simulator. They got a big grant to do that. So, and I think that just goes to show the really and truly the partnerships we have with our different schools, but also with TCAT, Knoxville, with TCAT up here, with Rome State, and all those things, that our students can be, doesn't matter what you're going to do, you know, our motto is when they leave Anderson County Schools, they've got the skills needed to do whatever they want to do, and I think we hold to that with CTE.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, the last thing is I want to make a public announcement for our district. At the school, the new school area, Dr. Parrott and the school system has allowed the Claxon Volunteer Fire Department to bring in some junk cars there. So I want everybody at home to know there's not another junkyard. And Dr. Parrott isn't in the junkyard business, but I want to thank the school system for allowing us to have that extrication class. The Volunteer Fire Department has promised they will clean it up, and it's a good thing for not only our community, but for surrounding counties. So I just want to say thank you, and if anybody has any questions, reach out to the Volunteer Fire Department. Thank you.
Well, and two, you know, that was one of the contracts you signed tonight, which I'm excited about, was with MBI, and that's for all the engineering and everything. So we've got a timeline to get this new school started, so I'm excited about that and for that community.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Palmer, you are recognized.
If you'll remember at our workshop, it was the culinary department that provided
Yes.
lunch for us, and it was excellent.
Yes.
I told them, but don't know if I passed that on to you. The question I had, have you all had your planning workshop yet?
Yes, we had it last week. We had it
Okay.
last Friday night. Yes.
Okay, so perhaps you can share some of that with us, maybe not tonight, but next
Yes,
month?
I will.
Okay,
Sure
great,
will.
thank you.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Thank you. Commissioner McCamey, you're recognized.
Dr. Perry, you touched on the building at Clinton.
Yes.
What's the timeline on that?
We just got everything done. The permit has been pulled for the dirt and all of that stuff. So we hope, sometime late fall to be done with it.
Okay.
The good thing is we're partnered with TCAT, the new TCAT up here. I call it TCAT Knoxville, but the new TCAT up here, and they're working on helping us furnish it with new welding equipment, everything like that. So we're already looking for a teacher to do that. So hopefully, the wheels of construction turn slow. And I think that, but you know, we want it done right and everything, and all the money that, every penny in that's from a grant, so.
My other question is, what's that magic grass that you had sowed there on the softball field?
That's overseeding with some kind of rye or something, but
know. It wasn't there one day, and I looked 2 or 3 days later, and
It
it
is.
is green, ready to mow. you
Yep.
know.
That, we still plan, the building, heating facility should be done, about the second or third week in March. And then we're going to put the bases and everything on the field tomorrow, but they're gonna wait till Monday. And so once they do that, and the fencing will all be done, we've got a company to come out and do they've gotta put some, again, I don't know all about it. They've gotta put some sand on it, and they've gotta roll it, and they've got a couple of places they're gonna work on. So we should have everything going on the field, should be done in the next week. Just gotta wait on it to get warm and that grass get green. Yep.
Good deal. Dr. Parrott, thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Have a good
Appreciate it.
evening.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Yeager.
Mr. Chairman, members of commission, I've got a short report tonight. Most everything was on the operations committee. Just a couple things here. We handled the Indo bankruptcy through budget, and that's also, as you pointed out, under operations. We need to ratify the resolution honoring Leon Jaquette formally. The reason I put this on here is we actually, Commissioner Wandell presented it at the Veterans Breakfast, so we need to ratify that. I don't think we have an actual vote to ratify it. So if we can
Okay.
do that, we'll be all right.
Can I get a motion by Commissioner McCamey? Got a second? right, any discussion? Other than that is a big loss for this county, what he has done. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you. The last thing I have, Mr. Chairman, is the settlement. The settlement involves the opioid case we've got against Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, Allergan, and Teva. You should have the spreadsheet showing exactly how much money we're getting off that. And some of them have to come in 1 or 2 payments, but not all of them. But we need that. That's due on March 8th, and we won't have another meeting, so that's why I put it on the agenda tonight. The other one we've already filed. It was due this afternoon at 4 o'clock. So thank you for your cooperation on those time-sensitive matters.
Yes. All right, do we have a motion? We have a motion, and Kobe, I just tell you, I got happy and I just didn't put that on there, so I'm sorry, but we'll do a voice vote. So we have a motion by Commissioner Vandergriff, seconded by Commissioner Allen. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. That's all I have for you, unless anybody's got any questions.
One question.
Yes, sir.
Counselor, you got an update on Elkins Lane?
Yes, she's sent in her written request.
Yes.
And that's been sent to the highway department. So I think the next step is to go ahead and have a highway committee meeting, road committee. That's where we're at.
Okay,
She's
thanks.
followed the procedure that's in the resolution. And I think she did that a couple weeks ago.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
All righty. All right, operations report, Chairman Isbell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner McCamey made a motion to authorize the mayor to submit the annual payment in lieu of taxes request for 2023 and execute 2023 agreement. Seconded by Commissioner Allen. Motion passed unanimous to forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we've got a motion by Commissioner Yeager and a second by Commissioner Varon. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. And we have one abstention. Jay, will she have to announce that abstention?
She doesn't have to because it's not an abstention for cause.
Got you.
She's thinking that she may want to abstain just for the
Very well.
appearance.
You want that to be on the record, I'm assuming? All right, one abstention was Commissioner Vandergriff. Thank you, ma'am. Commissioner Wandell, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to bring to the attention of the folks at home what we're talking about here in payment in lieu of tax. This is a payment in lieu of tax to the Department of Energy for 11,464 acres. The total payment in lieu payment will be $640,393.14. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Wandell made a motion to authorize the mayor to submit a letter of support for the Tennessee Valley Authority, TVA's construction permit application for the Clinch River Nuclear Site in Oak Ridge. Seconded by Commissioner Anderson. Motion passed unanimous to forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we got a motion by Commissioner Foster and seconded by Commissioner Varon. Any discussion? Commissioner Wandell, you're recognized.
Sorry to keep bothering you, Mr. Chairman.
You're good, sir.
I just want to make sure that everyone at home that's listening understands this is towards Kingston, K-25 area. This is not Bull Run Steam Plant. This is a small modular reactor at the old Clinch River Breeder reactor site that TVA's working on. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Commissioner Wandell made a motion for the mayor to draft a letter to TVA in regards to Bull Run Steam Plant. Scope of work and future, objective cost, timelines, etc. Seconded by Commissioner McCamey. Motion passed unanimous forward to full commission for approval.
All right, thank you. We have a motion by Commissioner Wandell, seconded by Commissioner Allen. And to that point, correct me, Commissioner Wandell, you all have an announcement later before we close tonight?
Sure.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yep.
Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Commissioner McCamey made a motion to approve the warranty deed for the Animal Shelter USDA loan. Seconded by Commissioner Varon. Motion passed unanimous forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner McCamey, seconded by Commissioner Varon. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Commissioner McCamey made a motion to approve Anderson County High School quick claim deed, seconded by Commissioner Anderson. Motion passed unanimous, forward to full commission for approval.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner McCamey, seconded by Commissioner Barron. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Commissioner Wandell made a motion for the mayor to get information on another I-75 north-south bypass, seconded by Commissioner McCamey. Motion passed forward to full commission for approval.
All right. We have a motion. We have a motion by Commissioner Barron, seconded by Commissioner Smallridge. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes the Operations Committee report.
Thank you, sir. All right, moving on to Rules Committee, Vice Chairman Allen.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. Commissioner Mays made a motion to amend Rule number 13 to add unfinished business or matters carried over from previous meetings. Unfinished business items fall under 3 categories. Number 1, any matter that were pending when a previous meeting adjourned. Number 2, any matters on a previous meeting agenda that were not reached. And number 3, matters that were postponed from the present meeting. Seconded by Commissioner Well. Motion passed with full commission approval. Seeking to a motion for that.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Yeager and seconded by Commissioner Barron. Any discussion? Commissioner Wandell, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was just curious, does this suggested change, does it fall in line with Robert's Rules of Order?
It's copied and pasted, actually,
Yeah,
from the Roberts Rules.
Then that answers my question.
Thank you, sir.
All right, any other discussion? Commissioner Smallridge, you're recognized.
I had a question or maybe a concern about the Commissioner Wells motion, where it says that any document or literature to be distributed.
We'll get to that next.
Oh,
We're
I'm
on,
sorry.
we're on the,
Okay.
the first rule. You're okay, sir. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Commissioner Wells made a motion to add Rule 4. Commissioner Wells made a motion to add Rule number 4, or literature presented to the body during appearance of citizens shall be directed to the chairman and given out at his or her discretion. Seconded by Commissioner Mays. Commissioner Wells also amended his motion that any document or literature to be distributed to the body shall be reviewed by the chair and disseminated at a point that deems appropriate. Seconded by Commissioner Mays. Motion passed with the full approval of the committee. Seeking a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and
This is where
a second. Commissioner Smallridge, sir, you're recognized.
As I said, I have a concern about this where it says, any document or literature to be distributed to the body shall be reviewed by the chair and disseminated at a point that deems appropriate. To me, that kind of implies it will be disseminated at some point. And I guess I'd like to move to amend that where it says it may be disseminated. And I'm thinking, what if the material is libelous or includes personal information that should not be out there? It shouldn't be disseminated at any point. So my motion is to add may be disseminated at a point that's deemed appropriate.
All right. So we have a motion to amend, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you will hit your amend motion. Do we have a second on that amendment? We have a second by Commissioner Foster. Any discussion on the amendment? Commissioner Anderson, you're recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jay, is there any point, and this probably takes care of that, but is there any point where if somebody during the appearance of citizens gives us something, does it become part of the minutes or a public record or anything? Okay, so.
No majority vote.
Okay, so if it gets passed out or not, it's not any part of the public record?
Exactly.
Okay.
Unless you make a motion to spread it on the minutes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Commissioner Foster, you're good? All right, so we have a motion to amend. Any other discussion on the motion to amend? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The amendment motion carries. All right, back to the original motion. Commissioner Foster?
Yeah, just one thing, it's Rule 6, not Rule 4. I know, Commissioner Allen, that's one thing. In the correct motion that it needs to be.
No, it should be Rule 4.
It is
Should be
Rule.
Rule?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's Rule 4.
It's Rule 4.
In the notes, it says Rule 6.
Yeah, that was
It's
someone swapped the.
Oh, okay.
Roman
That's why I
numerals
wanted
around.
clarification.
Yeah.
so,
Yep.
thank you.
We fixed that. for
Okay.
you. Yeah.
All right. Any other discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That concludes our committee.
Thank you, Commissioner. All right, Fire Commission, Chairman Wandell.
Well, I don't see any of the notes here, so I'll just go off the top of my head. Consent agenda? That doesn't matter. I kind of remember what's going on, I think. So we met and we did allow, we made a motion to allow the Anderson County Rescue Squad to retain their voting right in Fire Commission. They have appointed a new chief, and he represented himself well, and forgive me, I don't have the name in front of me. Does anybody know who the new chief's name is?
Let's see.
I can't recall. I want to say Archie something, but I can't remember. But anyway, that went through and it passed. We're glad to have him back on board, and everything's moving good. And I think Bryce had reported to us that over half the radios are in, so that's good news, and everything seems to be moving forward there. That concludes my report, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okey dokey, no unfinished business on the, and there was no new business. Commissioner Wandell, the floor is yours, sir, on an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good friend here, Commissioner Val, has helped me out, and he found my minutes I should have known about. But it's Mr. Elliot Mintzfield, I believe it is. We was impressed with him, and we're looking forward to it.
Mintzfield.
Yeah. He was on the board before.
Mintzfield. Mintzfield.
Okay.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, there's been that press release go out for Bull Run, and it has been somewhat, I think, received. I've had a couple of emails and calls, and I'm sure you have too. So the state press release that went out about Bull Run, it was kind of said in the press release that there was this nuclear piece to it, and that's not really reality. There's no nuclear activity, according to Bert Robinson from TVA, and I was going to pull up his email, and I'll keep looking while I'm talking here, but I was going to quote him exactly what he said. But there's no nuclear activity to it, so the brief research I've done is there's fission nuclear and fusion nuclear. The technology that's going to be going in at Bull Run is going to be tied to fusion. Fission is the way we see it, and worry about nuclear particles and waste and all that. Well, the fission side doesn't necessarily have that attribute to it, and it seems to be cleaner and faster. So this new technology is Type 1 Energy. They have entered an agreement with TVA to lease one of the buildings I had the opportunity to meet with TVA yesterday, and Chairman was unable to attend, but he's going to catch up with TVA and get caught up too. But so the intent is to leave one building, which is the Brown Building, a long brown building, kind of going the length of the river, if you will, and then the office spaces. The rest of the Bull Run complex is to be torn down, all the stacks, all the coal piles, everything. So in the Brown Building, where the turbine is where this technology will be. And this technology will be used to help develop this type of fusion technology. So again, it's DOE, TVA, State of Tennessee, and the mayor's on that governor-appointed board for that. So Mr. Chairman, I just want everybody to know, and I appreciate you giving me a chance to talk about it, that this is not a nuclear project inside Bull Run. This is more of a research and development, if you will, which they hope will go into prototype. And it's basically using magnets that will produce a high pressure and produce this type of new energy, if you will. And, you know, I don't know about you guys. I just researched it tonight or today before the meeting, but I never knew what nuclear meant. And nuclear, I guess, is the separation of two atoms or the combining of two atoms. This technology, from what I understand, is going to combine the two atoms, which is apparently safer and cleaner. So all above my head, but I feel confident and comfortable with what they're doing. It's supposed to create over $235 million investment, and you might remember more, Mr. Chairman, I don't know, but I appreciate it. I just want everybody, don't get alarmed. There's no nuclear activity going on at Bull Run.
Thank you, Commissioner Rendell. All right, Commissioner Palmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In way of announcement, I just wanted to remind commissioners that Wednesday, March 27th, will be our follow-up strategic planning workshop at the Anderson County Health Department from 8 to 4. And we will be discussing priorities and capital projects and hopefully also growth plan. That's been brought up in a couple of meetings, and so a facilitator, Kathy Price, is getting some stuff together for us to look at maybe putting together a comprehensive growth plan for the county.
Thank you. All right, Commissioner Smallridge.
This is probably way premature, but in terms of what you were talking about, Commissioner, it sounds like this project would not take a great part of the site, and there'd still be other decisions to make about the rest of the site and so on. Is that your understanding?
Yes, and I appreciate the question. Myself and Chairman Mays, and the community would like to see the property develop in a way that's beneficial, obviously, to the community, but mostly to the county as well. I haven't had many at all, I don't know about Chairman Mays, come to me and say, hey, we want this to be an industrial park. However, they would like to see a new technology, and what's really intriguing me about this is, and you might have seen in my email, that it was 1967 when the plant was commissioned at Bull Run, and that was the state-of-the-art plant in the nation for coal burning, if you will, and it was looked upon as the diamond in the nation. And I'm kind of excited about what I've been learning about this total energy business. It looks like it's going to be the new energy technology that could be the same as it was in 1967 in terms of being a leader in new energy. They have a location in Oak Ridge, right there off Lafayette on the corner of Oak Ridge Turnpike and the old State Farm building. So I'm kind of excited about it. But the folks in the community would like to see some type of high-end business, if you will, come in if possible. You know, we've talked about this before, Facebook or something, or, you know, these big, I forget what you call them, but those types of cooling computer, what's that? Server farm. Yeah, well, server farm, but not so much. But we'll see. I think TVA has a plan for that, but initially it's going to be this technology, and see where it goes. And then I'm hopeful that we're going to see a new park built at some point for the kids, and the old park will be disassembled. There's no immediate destruction of the park, or there'll be another location picked out before any park is tore down, and same thing with the Optimus Club building. I feel that's the way it'll be.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Commissioner Isbell, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm always reluctant to look at my phone during the meetings, but I got a text message that said that my mic didn't work during the Operations Committee report, and do I need to go over that again? Just kidding.
Oh,
I just
man.
wanted to say congratulations to the Anderson County boys and girls and the
Yes.
club boys and
Yes,
girls
yes.
on a very successful basketball season, and they're both moving on.
Yeah, good job.
Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you, sir, and I appreciate that prank. All right, Commissioner Vandergriff?
Just to remind everybody, we will have an opioid community meeting about the opioid task force. That's going to be next Thursday night at 6:30 at the Clinton Community Center in the Grand Room. So I'd like the community to come out and give us your ideas and your thoughts about what we should do with this opioid funds. Also, I would just personally like to thank the Anderson County Emergency Services for their help 3 weeks ago. They transported my husband from Methodist Medical Center to UT Trauma, and very, very, very professional, very, very, very much appreciated of them. So, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. This is a big night, Commissioner
Since
Smallridge.
basketball was mentioned, can I jump in there? And
If it's about Oak Ridge,
Commissioner
no.
Wells is not here.
If it's about Oak Ridge,
But-
no.
I thought we were out of the window with him not being here.
But Oak Ridge High School boys and girls won their district tournaments.
Good job.
Congratulations.
All right. Any other announcements? Seeing none, do we have a motion to adjourn? So, we stand adjourned.
Could have set a new record, like, too many announcements. 45 minutes of meeting and 15